Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be having the pre-match preview between FC Barcelona and Eibar. This is going to be the final home match that we are going to be having in 2020. But before we do get into this game, one of the things that I do want to talk about, it is about Messi's interview, because yesterday we did have an interview that was finally published after being announced about 7 days ago, and Messi did take the headlines. And one of those headlines that I do want to talk about is about Messi speaking about moving to the MLS. The main reason why I do want to bring this up is because many have asked, why would Messi go to the MLS? And so that is why I am here to explain those reasons. So yes, there's been signs where Messi has stated multiple things saying that he might consider moving away from FC Barcelona, and one of those options is the MLS. And this is exactly what he said, and I quote, "I would like to play in the United States someday, but I don't know if it will happen." And that's absolutely crazy to hear, because who would have thought? Who would have thought for Lionel Messi, one of the best players to ever play the game in football, were to go to a league such as the MLS. Now, one thing to keep in mind before I do go further into this story is that Messi is not talking about going to the MLS in the summer of 2021. Messi is talking about making this move in about 2 or 3 years. But the main question right now is this: why doesn't Messi go to Argentina to finish his career? Or why doesn't he go to another European club? So here's the thing: when you are a player, and this is going to go for all players, when you are a player, your career is very temporary. You're not going to be playing for 100 years. You're not going to be playing until you're 90 years old. And so there is going to come a time where these players, about 3 or 4 years before they think about retiring, they're going to have to think about what are they going to do next? What is going to be their next career? What is going to be their next step? How are they going to continue to provide for their families and so forth? All of these questions do come up when you head towards your final 3 to 4 years. Now, when it comes to Messi moving to the MLS, there is no team right now within the United States that can afford the wages of Lionel Messi. And that raises another question. Then why would Messi go and play in America? He can just go to any other European club and offer him a great wage. But here's going to be the thing that no other league can provide unless it's going to be the MLS. When Messi moves to the MLS, it is going to highly benefit him career-wise after his playing career, because when you go into the league, you're going to be given the opportunity to build your own franchise, or in other words, have ownership stake. And that is a huge deal. And that is also something not every player does experience. And according to The Athletic, they have stated this: if Lionel Messi goes to the MLS, he could be setting up his family for a investment that serves them for generations to come. Then he continues to say, at the current rate of the expansion fee growth for the rights of a new MLS franchise in 10 years, it's going to be costing at least $8 trillion. Now, that's not the exact number, but the moral of the story is that it's going to be highly more expensive to own a franchise. One of the greatest examples when it comes to a legend of football going into the American League is David Beckham. Right now, David Beckham is a owner of Inter de Miami. And when he was offered that opportunity to buy this franchise, it only cost him $25 million in order for him to call himself the owner of this club. Right now, at the moment, as we speak, if you're watching this video, to buy a franchise within the MLS, it does cost a total of $200 million in order to do so. Now, why did David Beckham pay so little? That is because before he agreed to go to the MLS, the league told him this: if you join us, we will give you the opportunity to open your own club for a bargain of a price. So we may not give you the best wage contract where you're going to be given 25 million euros to 50 million euros every year, but we will give you ownership towards a club. And again, that is a huge deal. Every player would love that. So if Messi does decide to go to the MLS, it's going to be benefiting many parties. And that is going to go with Lionel Messi himself, his family, and then us fans, because we are going to be enjoying Messi playing for about 2 or 3 years in America. But now I do want to go back into the pre-match preview between FC Barcelona and Eibar. So speaking about Messi, we are going to get into some fitness updates regarding some of these Barcelona players, and it says here that Messi is going to be missing the match against Eibar. It has been said that he has experienced some sort of ankle discomfort. It's not a serious injury, and it is also currently very unclear when this was encountered. But again, they have stated multiple times that it is not serious. The doctors have suggested that Messi should be getting some rest, and he will be back as soon as possible once Barcelona does play against Huesca. And And then moving on to Dembele, and it is official that Dembele has made his full return. As expected, like what Ronald Koeman did say about 7 to 8 days ago, Dembele is finally back. He was given an extra week off in order to regain his full fitness, and now we are seeing him participate in the group training sessions with Barcelona. We also do have some slight news regarding Dembele, and it says here, according to Gabriel Sanz, regarding Dembele's renewal, it will be in the hands of the next president who will be elected this January. As for the player, in principle, he would be willing to continue, but it is in no rush. For now, Dembele is working on just recovering and bringing in his best level. And I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see that Dembele is finally back. I do expect Dembele to put out these great performances against players like Eibar or Huesca. He is a player that Barcelona do need, and so I'm happy. Many fans and the coaches are going to be happy that Dembele is finally returning, and so I cannot wait to see him within the starting 11 against Eibar. And speaking about Eibar's form, Eibar right now are not one of the best teams within La Liga. This is a match where Barcelona is expected to win because right now Eibar is 1 point on top of Real Valladolid, and we have just beaten a very weak Real Valladolid 3-0 at their home. Eibar is also a team that has won only one game within the past 5 matches. And ultimately, this is a match where Barcelona should completely take down Eibar in order for us to gain humongous momentum and confidence going forward into the next year. And Messi did say this within his interview. I hope we end this cruel year that we have all had to experience very, very well. And what better way to do that after beating Real Valladolid 3-0 than do the exact same damage against Eibar in our final match of this year. And now I do want to move into the next topic of today's pre-match preview, and it is going to be regarding Ronald Koeman's press conference. He did have a press conference a couple of hours ago, and one of the players that he did speak on is about Pedri, and I'm going to give you guys the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I believe it's very, very important to understand what's really going on within this club. And so this is what he said. Pedri is an example of how someone has to behave being very good at that age. He's a boy from a very humble family, and he knows exactly what to do. He has a great future. Now, when this press conference did come out into the media, many people have interpreted this as a shot towards Riqui Puig. And the first point is going to be this: Puig was never mentioned within this statement. He was simply just giving praise towards a player named Pedri. And the second point is this, is that even if this was true, even if Ronald Koeman was intentionally trying to say that Riqui Puig is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, maybe there is something that is going on between Riqui Puig and Ronald Koeman that we do not know anything about. Maybe he is having some sort of behavior issues. This is something that we don't know. But one thing that we do know is going to be this: when you are a young player, when you are about 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, you are going to have some sort of behavior issues. It is completely normal when you are a young player. It happens to every player. It happened to Messi, it happened to Ronaldo, it happened to Neymar, it happened to Kylian Mbappe, is still happening to Neymar. But in the end, this Riqui Puig not playing within this Barcelona team, it is a situation that's not going to be lasting forever. I do expect Riqui Puig to finally gain a starting spot, or at least gain more minutes within the next 12 to 15 months. Riqui Puig is a great player. His talent is something that you cannot ignore, and eventually we are going to see him play within this Barcelona team in a matter of time. And we also do have another report coming from The Athletic, and they have stated this: Arsenal are considering to make a move for Riqui Puig in January. And this does correlate to what Ronald Koeman has said in the pre-match press conference. And he said this: if it's convenient for a young player to play half a year somewhere else, we will recommend it. But in the end, it's the player's decision. And so there is going to be questions revolving around Riqui Puig, whether he's going to be staying after January 2021 or not. And to be very honest, we don't know. I do not know. It is very unclear on what's going to be happening next with this player. And I do think that one of the best things right now to know is that we need to wait until the elections do come in, because when the elections do come in and we have a new president, there's going to be new sporting directors and new medical team. Everything is going to be completely changing. This is a problem where we're not used to dealing with every year. This does happen every 7 years. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if Riqui Puig is going to be considered as a gem under the new sporting directors. We don't know if we're going to get a new coach, but that is where we currently do stand regarding this player at the moment. And now I finally do want to get into the predicted starting 11 for Ronald Koeman's FC Barcelona against Eibar. Now we know that there's going to be familiar faces that are not going to be participating in this game. There is going to be some players finally coming back within the starting 11, and so it should be a great starting 11 that many of us are going to be expecting or unexpecting. But I'm going to go with this. We are going to be seeing Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba, Araujo and Mingueza and Serginho Dest within our defensive backline, and then have De Jong play as a central defensive midfielder. So I do believe that Ronald Koeman is going to go for a 4-1-4-1, and then our front five is going to be Antoine Griezmann as a left winger. The two central attacking midfielders is going to be Pedri and Philippe Coutinho. Our right winger is going to be Dembele, and our striker should be no other than our great number 9 that is named Martin Braithwaite. But there are 2 points that I do want to make here. One of them is going to be Mingueza and Ronald Araujo. I do want to continue to see this duo against teams like Eibar or Huesca, because I do think that these are the type of matches where we can test this defensive duo. And as they continue to know each other better, and as they continue to gel in and understand each other, in time we are going to see this defensive center back duo perfect each other and complement one another. And the second key point is going to be regarding Antoine Griezmann and Dembele. Notice how I did place Dembele on the right wing and Griezmann as a left winger. I do think that we are going to see these players play on the wing, but they are going to be switching at times. And the main reason why I'm saying this is because it has been proven that it can be greatly beneficial towards Ronald Koeman's Barcelona, because when you do have Dembele on the right wing, that is going to allow Serginho Dest to stay back more than usual, and then have Dembele become that player to make those crosses into the box for Martin Braithwaite. As for Antoine Griezmann, we could probably see the exact opposite. You have Antoine Griezmann stay a little reserved, and then have Jordi Alba feel comfortable and confident that he can go up and provide those crosses towards Martin Braithwaite. These are 2 things that we have seen over the past 5 to 10 games. When you have Jordi Alba or Dembele feed those type of crosses towards Martin Braithwaite is going to be there, and in result, Barcelona is going to be getting in those goals. But that is going to be it for today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Let me know what's going to be your predicted starting 11 and your predicted score for tomorrow's night's great clash between FC Barcelona and Eibar. Again, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.